July ended with the indexes in the green, though it felt more like a tug-of-war than a rally. Amazon's cloud blowout lifted the tape, but Apple erased $475 billion in value. Underneath that, a $45 billion hedge fund was liquidated, and the 30-year yield hit highs. Fortunately, cooler PCE inflation and slower GDP prints gave the bulls enough cover to close out green. Amazon just delivered the kind of quarter that makes analysts call it their best in a decade. Revenue hit $200.6 billion, but the real shock was an exploding AWS backlog of $496 billion. Benchmark is eyeing a $400 target after Andy Jassy floated the idea of AWS becoming a trillion-dollar business. Bears are chewing on a $20 billion capex increase, but the stock closed strong at $271.58. Alphabet had the kind of day that makes a month, closing strong at $356.65. The surge was powered by DeepMind's new robotics AI, sending the stock up nearly 7% on huge volume. Cooler June PCE inflation and a new Oracle Cloud partnership added fuel to the rally as it soared. Closing within $2 of the session high, buyers were clearly still working right until the final bell. Nvidia managed to hold the 200 handle today, closing up nearly 3% on massive volume. The rally was fueled by a forced unwind as situational awareness liquidated its entire public equity book line. Even with Michael Burry adding more put positions, the stock closed green despite some drift in extended hours. Microsoft just closed at $464.72, ending a week that historians would call historic if they weren't bored. The stock jumped 3.02% today, capping off a record-breaking run driven by Azure acceleration and AI monetization. Thursday's earnings report added $450 billion in market value, the largest one-day gain in history. With 61.1 million shares traded, Microsoft is on pace for its best week since the year 2000. Meta spent Friday repairing some of the damage it did to itself earlier this week. The bounce follows a nasty 9% drop after free cash flow collapsed to $784 million. Meta's spending on AI is becoming an obsession, with quarterly capex hitting $31.1 billion. But buyers stepped back in to push the price up to $556.71.